Ever wonder why it seems like every celebrity is swimming next to yachts, decked out in designer, and living in million-dollar bungalows? But then, many celebrities will come out saying they're living paycheck to paycheck, or are just flat out broke. Like just 2 years ago, at the height of her Euphoria fame, Sydney Sweeney admitted, quote, "If I wanted to take a 6-month break, I don't have income to cover that." Or look at the long line of celebrities, from athletes to actors and musicians, who have gone broke despite wild fame and seemingly wilder fortune. How does that happen? Is the Illuminati out there stealing everyone's paychecks, or is there something about celebrity culture that hides or misrepresents the financial reality from those who are watching on the outside? And an even bigger question, do us non-celebrities do the same? I want to dive into those exact questions on today's episode of Fake Rich Flexing. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my Fake Rich Flexing Vacation Edition video after this one, where we break down how the appearance of wealthy vacationing doesn't always align with the reality. My hope with this series is to drive home the way that the media we consume can distort our personal relationship with money. The hope being that you can feel like you're improving your relationship with money after watching every video. If you want more videos like this, by the way, I love making video essays on the intersection of money and media, so be sure to subscribe. Also, on the topic of vacations, I was traveling outside of the country recently and had to deal with the headache of upgrading my normal phone plan to a travel package and then running out of data, and then trying and struggling to deal with Google Maps while I'm navigating a new city. It was an absolute pain, and I really wish I had known then about what eSIMs were and the amazing sponsor for today's video, Saily. Saily solves the problem that I was just describing, because they're an eSIM service app that lets you choose from affordable eSIM plans in over 150 countries. With the Saily eSIM, you will always have a connection when you need it. So why exactly would you need Saily? If you have ever been abroad or in desperate need of an internet connection with no Wi-Fi in sight, then you know how big a difference a local SIM card can make. An eSIM provides you internet connection wherever you travel and helps you save money on roaming fees. Saily is brought to you by Nord Security. They're the folks who make NordVPN. And if you or someone you know is traveling soon, you can actually get some free data for your trip. The first 5,000 people to use coupon code Cara Nicole will get 1 gig Saily data plan for free. Go to saily.com/Cara Nicole and download Saily to test it out for free. That's saily.com/Cara Nicole, enter code Cara Nicole, and get your 1 gig of Saily now. And a big thank you to Saily for sponsoring today's video. So one thing that I like to revisit when it comes to these videos is this impulse we have to compare ourselves to others. They say that comparison is the thief of joy, and I absolutely agree. Even though I have heard that phrase for years now, I still really struggle with comparing myself to others. Whether it is some beautiful influencer on TikTok or an old classmate on LinkedIn killing it in their career, or designers who have gorgeous homes that I envy. It's like we're already primed to compare ourselves to others by nature. I think it makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint to want to see what others have in order to survive, but the level in which we are capable of comparing ourselves nowadays is unprecedented. Victorian children did not know or witness thousands of people with glowing skin and luscious locks on a weekly basis. But us? If you spend a few hours a day on social media, you probably have racked up those numbers within a week. It is unnatural, and it unfortunately bleeds into how we handle our finances. Because if we're trying to keep up with others, we're more likely to feel that spending money on whatever they seem to have is the key to solving our life's problems. If I only had my favorite movie star's designer suit or Rolls Royce, or could hop on my private jet every month, then I would be truly happy. But we know deep in our hearts that that's not true, and yet we still feel it. And celebrity culture is one of the main influences at the heart of the comparison trap that we find ourselves stuck in. I mean, it was celebrity magazines that pioneered those awful "stars, they're just like us," and "who wore it better" segments. Okay, I will say I ate that stuff up as a middle schooler who was first discovering tabloids, but even I can admit the stuff they put in there was ridiculous. Like, just look at this old one from Stars magazine. Stars, they're just like us. They eat lettuce, they walk, they put stuff in their car trunk. Come on, that is just hard-hitting journalism right there. But what is so crazy, and what we're going to talk about later, is that there's such an illusion of wealth driving this celebrity culture. We look at the shiny facade of Hollywood and think, wow, everyone must be so rich and living it up. I remember thinking side characters on any sitcom must be living in mansions. And while some do, Many don't. I'll talk later in this video about the concept of a working artist and how so many of the celebrities we see are really just everyday working people. But first, let's talk more about that shiny Hollywood facade, as in what's behind the fake rich flexing of celebrities. First off, stressing the fake part of that phrase is the power of social media and public appearances. Our relationship with celebrities is defined by curation and restriction. It's not like what we'd have with a coworker or a friend where we see them on an everyday basis living their normal lives. For celebrities, our relationship with them is limited to highly curated appearances and performances. These are Instagram posts that have gone through rounds of careful angles and edits. These are red carpet appearances promoting a certain project where hours of work have gone into the look they display, or interviews that are edited down and prepped with potentially years of media training, especially when a celebrity is on the clock, as in they're performing their music, they're showing up at an award show, they're on a press junket. We have to remember they're working, and a huge part of their job as an entertainer is marketing their product. Let's take the show Bridgerton as an example, because one, I love that show, but also because they nail a marketing campaign. The manufactured coupley moments between the leads, which I honestly respect the hustle because it drives fan edits through the roof, or the front page magazine spreads decked out in gorgeous clothes that get everyone talking, or the stunning red carpets with florals galore where everyone wears looks that are dissected for days. Part of the image of Bridgerton is wealth, is a posh Regency era lifestyle, and the visuals displayed by the cast, not to mention the chemistry they work into their press junkets, reinforce that branding. But this shiny marketed exterior hides the more mundane reality of most celebrities' lives, and that they're often not paying for this endless parade of designer clothes on the red carpet or the constant hopping between expensive cities. Many of the clothes they wear on the red carpet are borrowed from designers, and trips for red carpets or photo shoots are often paid for by whatever production is behind their project.
Well, since the cat's already out of the bag, yes, I will be wearing a necklace that Cartier has decided to loan me. It's called the Toussaint, and it has been in a vault for 50 years, and I'm just a little excited.
For celebrities, this is simply the job that they are clocking in and out of. Though I will say that some celebrities are better about hiding their feelings about this just being their day job, while others are not as good at hiding their feelings. One of my favorites lately has been NBA superstar Nikola Jokic. If you've never seen a video of this guy, let me be the one to introduce you. He is one of the best basketball players in the world right now, but the dude just seems to want to go home to his horses. It's amazing.
So I'm curious what you are feeling right now, and if you're looking forward to a parade coming up in Denver.
When is parade? When is parade?
Thursday.
No. I need to go home.
But beyond the red carpets, photo shoots, and press junkets, we also see celebrities on social media. And this format can trick us into feeling like we're seeing a more intimate, authentic side of the celebrity. Not just celebrities, by the way. Really anyone. But this false intimacy is really just a parasocial relationship. Celebrities can hoard pictures from their various paid engagements and then post them throughout the year, so it looks like a 24/7 glamorous lifestyle. Not saying that they all do this, but I think it's important that we have the media discernment to know that it is possible. They can also showcase luxury items and beautiful clothes that they have been gifted rather than having to buy themselves. Influencers have given us a great peek into just how much stuff you can get for free if you have any bit of cultural fame. PO unboxing videos never fail to amaze me. And if we don't consider these elements of the fake rich flexing phenomenon, we may be drawn to comparing ourselves to a lifestyle that these celebrities can't even afford themselves. I bet that if you added up all of the free items some influencers or smaller celebrities get, you would come up with more money than some of their paychecks even amount to. In other words, it is a subsidized illusion of wealth. But because we have this repetition of limited context around celebrities, it's easy to conflate the wealthier image they project in marketing or on social media with their actual financial situation. We are not seeing the struggle. We are not seeing the bills that need to be paid or the beautiful gowns that have to be returned to the designers who lent them. We are instead only seeing the carefully curated product for our consumption. That's not an indictment on celebrities, by the way. Most of them are just doing their job, so this spiel is not about shaming celebrities. It's instead about equipping us with the media literacy tools to separate the visual messaging from how we approach our personal money habits. And that separation is incredibly important for not just us, but for celebrities too. One of the other important tenets of celebrity fake rich flexing is that some of this illusion of wealth is coming from celebrities spending above their means. So it's not always that everything someone displays is gifted to them for free, but they may have truly bought it in order to keep up appearances. I definitely sympathize with people in the celebrity world because when you're in such a visual-driven industry and so many eyes are on you, there must be a ton of pressure to keep up an image or brand of yourself. Even if you are not making millions, you might not want people to know that you're not making millions. You might take that phrase, fake it till you make it, and interpret it as, I'm gonna spend like a millionaire until I am a millionaire, which is not a great interpretation of that advice. We don't just see this in the entertainment industry, by the way. Certain industries are notorious for being very status conscious, like big law, luxury real estate, finance. Think about the show Suits and how much money Harvey Specter expected Mike Ross to spend for Suits when he first started at the law firm.
Didn't I tell you to get some better suits? I spent $500. For how many suits? 5. What?
Harvey wanted Mike to spend thousands per suit. And yes, he's being paid well, but there's also a cost associated to keeping up with appearances in certain industries. Same thing if you watch real estate shows like Selling Sunset or Owning Manhattan, where over-the-top outfits are the norm, outfit repeating is scarce, and money is dished out like it's nothing.
So if we could just take one of every suit, one in my size, one in his side, all the shoes at the front, and then just put them on the card.
Jeez, okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Again, there is an element of these people being paid well, just like some celebrities, but it's not always the case. Or at least celebrities might not be getting paid as well as we think they are. Last year, the Screen Actors Guild went on strike. This is the union that represents nearly any actor you've seen in Hollywood. And during the strike, we got to peek into how much money these stars are truly bringing in, and it was honestly shocking. Kimiko Glenn, who played a main role on the hit Netflix show Orange is the New Black, revealed one of her royalty statements in a TikTok. And just guess how much it came out to. And for context, she was in about 44 episodes of Orange is the New Black, according to IMDb. Her total for the recent statement showed that she was only paid $27.30. You can't fill up your gas tank with that amount of money. This is in huge contrast to the headline-grabbing residual payments we hear about for classic sitcoms like Friends or Seinfeld. The Friends cast famously makes an estimated $20 million per person every year, just from reruns. Now, one of the reasons for this discrepancy is that streaming has changed the business model. There are fewer episodes per season, and the residual cuts aren't as high as they used to be, if they even exist at all. Back to Sydney Sweeney from earlier, she explained on the topic, quote, "They don't pay actors like they used to, and with streamers, you no longer get residuals," Sweeney notes. "The established stars still get paid, but I have to give 5% to my lawyer, 10% to my agents, 3% or something like that to my business manager. I have to pay my publicist every month, and that's more than my mortgage." The other main reason for the enormous discrepancy in a Kimiko Glenn type check and a Jennifer Aniston type check is that most actors, singers, athletes, people we would consider celebrities are working people. As I like to put it, not everyone is Beyonce. The Screen Actors Guild median salary amongst its 100,000 plus members was $46,960 as of 2021. As Forbes points out, the lower income threshold in the United States is $48,500 or less. With that in mind, quote, "The mean salary of actors is $46,960, with over 80% making less than $26,000. The majority are considered lower income." If you listen to enough discourse online around celebrity culture, you are bound to hear at some point or another someone saying, well, who cares about this celebrity problem? They're all rich anyways. But the reality is many people we might consider celebrities aren't actually rich. They may be working paycheck to paycheck like so many non-celebrities. They might be flexing some fake lifestyle because of external pressure or the desire to fake more success, or because they're being gifted things that they might not otherwise be able to afford. And even if they are making the top 0.1% of salaries in the celebrity world, there's no guarantee they're not still struggling financially and spending their fortunes down a path of fake rich flexing. In my video titled "Celebrities Have a Money Problem," I dive into several examples of celebrities who've gone broke in their careers despite making millions of dollars. Huge celebrities like Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage, both of whom struggled financially even though they were at the peak of their industries. The bottom line here is returning from the quote from the beginning of this video. Comparison comparison is the thief of joy. There are illusions of wealth all around us, not just in the celebrity culture we consume, but in the displayed lives of the people we know personally. And even when that wealth isn't an illusion, it's important to remember there is always going to be someone out there with more money than you. Whatever it is, there is always going to be someone with more of this, more of that, smarter, richer, better looking, funnier, whatever superlative you want to throw out there. That's why it is so important to not base your financial decisions, or honestly, life decisions, on trying to chase superlatives. Spend money 100% because money is meant to be spent, but spend it intentionally for things and experiences and savings that align with your personal values. If swimming on yachts and dressing head to toe in expensive clothes aligns with your values and goals, more power to you. But it is good to question whether this vision that we are aiming for is based on a fake rich flexing lifestyle that something like celebrity culture is inadvertently pushing. But what do you guys think? Is there a part of celebrity culture, fake rich flexing that I missed and I didn't mention here? And what are some ways that you personally get in touch with your values and the way that you want to spend money? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what topic you want to see me cover next for this series. If you want to watch more, the Fake Rich Flexing Vacation Edition video is up there, so go check that out. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon and those on Buy Me a Coffee for supporting this channel. Thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.